our way to Lithuania to do the Vingis Parkrun in Vilnius. So we're just going to board the plane and we'll head when we get there. So here we are, we've landed in Lithuania and it's blue sky and the sun is out. Just come out where luggage is. There is a little board showing the buses. The one we're getting is the 3G, is the main one, goes into the centre of town. So that's what we're going to get, and you can tap on and tap off the bus. So when you come out, there's some buses there. If you turn to the right, there is like buses come here as well, and the city buses, it said, is on the right just down here. I don't know if the camera picks it up, it says 3G there on the side of the bus. If you get on the bus, and you just tap on, tap off on the machines just here.
Park runners, we're just about to start from the hotel. We're in the centre of Vingis, so we can walk. It's just about a mile, that's all, to get to the Parkrun course. So we'll set off now and I'll video some of the route as we get to the park.
So from the town centre we've walked along this road and we're going to go up here. You can see where the line goes, where the 3G bus route comes from the airport. We're going back up this hill and then taking a right turn. There's a bridge across the it's a dual carriageway road that then goes to where the start of the park run is. So as you come up the hill, when you get to this building just here, you can see you're almost at the top of the hill. There's just the slightest bit left. You turn right here and then you go to the end of this road, turn right, and that road leads you into the park. So as you get to the end of this little road here, you're just going to turn right, and then this long straight road takes you straight into the park. You go across a dual carriageway over the top of it, and then you're in the park almost once you cross the other side. So just go along that straight road, you pass this hotel, the Vingis Park Plaza Hotel, and then in the distance, you probably just can't see it, you might be able to know, there's like a little bridge in the distance that you go under, or footbridge. That's the entrance to the park, and just before there is the road bridge over the dual carriageway. And this is the entrance to the park just here. It's only 8:15, but I can see volunteers already. I can see the cones set out for the finish funnel and the parkrun banner sign as well.
Come on, Mike, what are you doing?
All the people from Parkrun HQ this morning. There's Derry from Northern Europe and Marika from Netherlands here, and some others as well. Morning Parkrunners. So some stats about the Parkrun. We're at Vingis Parkrun in Lithuania, which is in the capital Vilnius. Event 27 today, and it's the 22nd of March 2025. First event was 21st of September 2024, and they had 223 finishers. The average 83, last week 106, and I think they're expecting about 100, 150 today, they said. And the average time is 30 minutes 25. The record attendance is 223. That was event 1 on the 21st of September 2024. Lowest attendance has been 40. That was event 22 on the 15th of February 2025. The male record is 1643 and the female record 2016. For me, it's my 372nd park run, 216th location, and also my final country in Europe. It says there are toilets. I think there's some are by the Picnic Bistro, which is behind me on the camera, so the way opposite direction to which I'm looking, you just go down the hill just there, about 600 metres from the start. The course, 2 laps anti-clockwise, tarmac paths, most of it shaded by tall trees, it says, although the sun's on me here at the start. And it says there are a couple of inclines, there's one on each lap. It's only a short but a steepish hill. So the course starts just there, it comes down here, and you can see there's an arrow there, turns to the right, and then you go along there and it's in a clockwise direction, and then you come back up this hill just here. You come out from a path on the side just down there, on the right hand side. You come out, come up there, come round here for a second lap, then after 2 laps you come along here, and the finish is about 50 metres along here just on the right.
lovely day. I've assumed, are there any first-timers here? Actual first-timers?
Oh, no.
Brilliant. First-timers to Parkrun. In Lithuania. Okay, now let's see if you can improve on it. How do you say finish in Lithuanian? Finish us. That's right. I promise you, it does not. It's not as simple as that. We're in the restaurant. Fork us, knife us. will not work, but this is a good start.
Here we are.
Tai šiandien aš esu jūsų renginio vadovė. I'm your run director today. This is the 27th official Vingis Parkrun, 27th oficialus mūsų British Embassy here today represented. Can you show yourself? Do you want to say a word maybe? I don't see the guy from the Okay. Šiandien mes taip pat turim ir Vilniaus valdžios atstovų, taip pat turime vicemerą.
Labas rytas visiems. Hello everyone. What politicians do? They congratulate. So I congratulate you on this early morning, Vilnius spring morning, that you are ready to run here. We had a meeting with the organizers. It's a beautiful thing that's happening across the world and in Vilnius, and we are ready to expand. I talked with management of other parks. They are ready to accept you, and they are ready to do education and everything. And I want to thank you, I want to congratulate you, I want to run with you, with my wife and my kid. So we'll try to do the best, and thank you everyone. Ačiū visiems, kurie prisijungė. Ačiū organizatoriams.
Savanorių nevyktų šitie renginiai. We need to thank volunteers. Parkrun wouldn't happen without volunteers. So savanoriai visi pas mus ateina šiandien visiems. Jo, dabar savanoriai.
Every volunteer. Applause. Lava, tai nėra juokas. Ačiū jums savanoriai. Jūs nuostabūs. Jums Taip. Ačiū labai.
Next time volunteers we have apie bėgimą girdėjot, ar ne? Visi bėgam du ratukus, finišuojam čia. Antrasis ratukas prasideda truputėlį. Labai įdomus pokalbiai, nes šiandien mes turime Aleksandrą Sorokiną, ar ne? Kad yra Aleksandras Jotas, mūsų super bėgimas. Ir taip pat yra legenda ultra bėgimo sportą iš Pietų Afrikos. Tai visi būsim kavinėje ir galėsim. So English information afterwards, after the run. Don't go away. There will be, like a nice breakfast in Picnic Bistro. There will be two running legends that you can have a conversation with. Bruce Kodais and Alexander Sorokin, our ultra runners. So, dar vienas žodis yra čia knygos apie bėgimą autorius.
Just about to start in the next few seconds. The course has got this first little bit, is fairly flat. Maybe there's the slightest, a few 6 inches rise going on this first bit before we take a right turn and then 2 anti-clockwise laps and then come back along this bit we're on now to the finish. So we're off. There's a big turnout today. Lots of Parkrun people here today. Parkrun president from South Africa, some fast runners, Parkrun people from Netherlands and Scandinavia. So we turn right here. I just say this is flat, but I would say just there's the slightest rise here, but only talking maybe a foot along this bit. Beautiful course through the trees. And this bit on here, we're at the highest point here as well. We're going to, once we get just along here, we start to go downhill.
Yeah, my trainer, Steve. Squeaking away.
Yeah. It's a lovely day as well. Nice and cool, clear sky. There aren't any marshals out on the course, but it's really easy course to follow. We've done a jog around the course beforehand. Just basically every time you come to a big split in the path without an arrow, you just turn left and follow the path. So once we get to this little bit just here, we're going to start to go downhill now, and this goes down probably all the way to the first kilometre mark. So each lap is a fraction under 2.5 kilometres, because there is just a short start, and the same for you go back along there for the finish. It's not a steep downhill as well. I know cameras don't show uphill and downhill very well, but it's a nice one. You can just seem to be able to just let your legs go. And lovely smooth tarmac paths as well. It's all on tarmac paths. Really nice as you twist through the trees going down here. So as we get to this bit here, just it flattens out just a little bit, and then we'll start to go down again in a few seconds. See the arrow on the right there, there's a few of those around the course just to make it easy to know where to go. Although in my case there's always somebody to follow. So we're back down, going back down again now. Not quite as steep as the first bit, but you know you're going downhill, you can see quite easily. I don't know if you can make out over the just through the trees to the right there's a bridge across the river, and that's the Neris river that runs around Vilnius. The course, which is 2 laps, is very much, if you look on a map, it's a triangular shape each lap. Yeah, so I'm just looking across to the bridge there. Parkrun doesn't go across that bridge, but that is just for pedestrians to go across and bikes. Arrow telling us we're going to go left. And we're now at the lowest point in the park, so we turn left here. and now this is really flat, and we go to the left here. If you look at the signs, the path on the right is actually the cycle path, and this path is for pedestrians. So this is like the second side of the triangle on this lap.
Oh, nice. Steady
Again, the
start.
path's
Yeah, I feel
lovely
really good.
and smooth. Feeling pretty good at this point, but with it being the first kilometre almost downhill, it's really easy just to not push on too hard. My friend coming past here, we're fairly closely matched, but last few park runs he's finished in front of me, and I think he will today. I'm still taking it easy, but I don't want to just pick my pace up at this point, because I know we've got the it's only a short steep hill just right at the end of the first lap, and obviously at the end of the second lap before you go to the finish as well. Yeah, it's just opened up a little bit of a gap there, but I don't want to pick up my pace because I know what's coming. Probably about halfway along this straight section now, just here. Catching these two guys up as well, which is good. I think sometimes at Parkrun a lot of people set off really fast and then they'll just really struggle and slow down a little bit. Or maybe these are just two people out for a jog. They may not be part of Parkrun, of course. Not much further now, I can see in the distance. I'm going to take a left turn. So again, this section is totally flat along here. See if I can squeeze through the middle of these two. This is the second leg of the little triangle part of the lap. So we're going to turn left now, just here, and we're going to head back towards where the start finish is, and then do a second lap. There's a little bit, it looks flat, but it's misleading. It's just at this stage, it's probably just got the slightest little rise on it, not by much. You don't really notice it. It feels flat, but I think when I was there and you look at the lay of the land, it's just got the slightest little bit of rise on it. Got another guy that I'm catching up here just slowly, and we've got a hill coming up, so again I've been sort of just saving a little bit for the hill on the first lap, just making sure that I can get up there and then push a bit harder on the second lap. Friend seems to have opened the gap up a little bit now. Not sure I'm going to be able to close that on this park run. So at this point here you can just start to tell that we're just starting to go, the steepness is going up just a little bit more now. This guy on the left that I've caught up, you can't see him on the camera at the moment, but he's definitely, as I've caught him up, he's picked his pace up a little bit to stay with me. In fact, I think he's going to try and come past me again, but I'm going to just maintain my pace here. I don't mind hills. Once we get to the steep part of the hill, I'm going to push on this hill, knowing that it's we've got a good 1 kilometre flat to downhill section coming up. So now we're getting into the steeper section of the hill just here. Once we're past these trees, it's probably a good 100 metres and fairly steep. Yeah, the guy's definitely picked his pace up because I'm starting to push a little bit on the hill now, but I think as we get to this bit here, the steepest point, I should be able to pull away from him, hopefully. And this is almost, it's not far now, maybe 100 metres, and that's the first lap done. Legs feel really good. Breathing's okay. And yeah, the guy's dropped off. I can hear he's falling back now behind me. I feel like I'm just catching my friend up a little bit just here. Just seems a little bit closer to me. He lives on a very, very flat area of the country, and I live on a hilly area of the country. That's why I don't mind hills too much. So as we get just here, we're joining. This is a like a main path as you come into the park that goes down to like an open field sports arena sort of area. So we've just got maybe 40 metres up here. It's not quite as steep this bit now, and then we're going to go left. See the arrow here saying left. This is the first lap we've done now. Enthusiastic volunteers here, marshals cheering us on. So we're going left for a second lap. Next time round we will go straight on past those volunteers to the finish, and it's about 100 metres to the finish then. So I pushed up the hill because I know now this little bit is just flat just here, and there's a good long downhill section coming up pretty soon. Definitely got a little bit closer to my friend coming up that hill there, but I don't think I'm making any more progress now. I think we're just running at a similar pace. Certainly helping him, pulling me along anyway, just keeping him in sight. We're now on starting the long downhill section. So even though I sort of push coming up the hill, this is the point where sort of now I can let my legs go, try and recover a little bit. But in the back of mind I know we've got that short steep hill just before the finish. I don't mind hills, but it is possibly a hill right at the finish is probably the worst place for having a hill. Just on a little bit of a it's flattened out a little bit, it's not going down as steep, but then just as we come around this corner we start to go down again to the lowest point on the course. And legs feel good and breathing's fine at this point. I feel like it's such a long, almost a kilometre from the highest point down here, that you really get plenty of chance to get a bit of recovery into your legs and breathing. Just come across the river again. Lots of people out jogging and the other way as well. They've all yet to discover Parkrun. We're now at the lowest point and it's flattened out a little bit now. it's as flat, but I've got a good recovery coming down that hill, so I can just try and keep maintaining this faster pace that you get when you run downhill. Run back around to the left just here. Got my friend in front's caught the guy up in front of him as well. I feel like I've maintained the gap there, but I don't think I can pick up my pace much more than I'm running at now. A beautiful course that's running through the trees as well. A really great location. There's tail walkers here. It was only a few weeks ago as well that they had snow here as well, but there is no sign of that whatsoever at all. Blue sky, sunshine. It is probably only 6, 7, 8 degrees, but yesterday when we arrived here it was probably 12, 13 in the afternoon. Certainly in the sun it was warm, but someone in the hotel, a local, did say that when the sky's clear it can be very cold, but when it's cloudy it tends to be a bit milder and warmer. A park walker there. Not far to the corner, and then it's the last long straight and uphill section to the finish then. My friends just opened the gap up a little bit. I can see he seems to be going backwards and forwards with the guy he caught up, as if he passes him and then the guy comes back at him. You can see the left turn coming up now. That's a good thing now. Now we're on to the last straight. I feel really good because of the downhill and the flat. Managed to maintain a good pace, but I'm just trying to not really save anything, but just aware that I've got the steep hill coming up. My wife here, just walking today. She didn't feel like running. So here we are, we're now on to the last long straight section. As I said on the first lap, it's just maybe slightly, it looks flat but it's not, it's just slightest incline as you go up here. Second park walker there, just giving us a bit of encouragement. And if you want to say thank you to someone, I'm not sure, my pronunciation isn't brilliant, but basically it's achoo, a bit like when you sneeze, that's just thank you. So as you run along here, you sort of get the impression that it sets off what you think is flat, even though you can see there's a slight bit of incline, and the further you go along this path, it just starts to increase that incline as you go up a little bit more. And it's when you get to this corner you can see where it goes to the right, that's where the real steepness parts to start.
my friend in front. He's not really got much further away here from me. I said I wanted to finish within about 10-15 seconds of him today. Just been coming back from a slight niggle on my hamstring. It's been fine this last couple of weeks. I'm just starting to get back into more training. So the steepness of the hill now starts here. As we run up this steep section here, when we get to the main path where we go left, if you go right just down the hill, that's where I think it's called the Picnic Café is. It's only maybe a couple of 100 metres from the start finish. Yeah, I can see my friend in front's pushed past the guy that they were together. I can't hear anyone behind me at all. I haven't done for most of this lap. In fact, since I got up the hill on the last lap. So we joined the main path that comes into the park and down to the sports field. So if you went right there, that's the coffee shop's just down there at the bottom of the hill. Last little section up here. This is not quite as steep as the bit we've just come up. I can see my friend's pushing on now. He's opened up quite a big gap. He's got a really good finish today. So even though it looks flat now, it's flattened out, but you're still going uphill at this point, but just a slight incline. Trying to put everything into it, but the hill's taken a lot out of me. Just can't get enough air in my lungs. See the finish coming up. And this is the point where just now it has just flattened out just here. Through the finish, and that's 21:37.
Thank you.
And let me check my position. Position 21. A bit slower than I thought I would be today on that course, but sometimes that's how it goes. I think looking where my friend was, it's always good when you run with someone where you can compare yourself. So he's obviously slower probably than he expected to be as well.
I just want to film, sorry, really.
You want to?
Yeah. So today, P21, and just over 21.5 minutes. That's a short, steep hill. Come through the finish funnel, you get your token on the corner, and then barcode scanning at the end of the funnel.
Nežinau, ar Andresas yra, bet 23 nepavyko.
So the tail walk and everyone's now finished, just a few people hanging around to clear up, and we're just going to go down to the coffee shop, which you pass just before you come up the hill. Course review. The course is lovely, smooth tarmac paths. It sets off slightly flat, you take a right turn, very quickly you go into a long downhill, gentle downhill stretch, which is really nice. Then you do a left turn, very flat, and then as you turn left to come back, head back, it's like a triangular shaped course, head back towards where the start and finish are. It's a very little gradual incline up, and then all of a sudden the last maybe 150 metres it just gets steeper. As you get to the top of that hill, you then turn left almost by the start to do a second lap, and then after the second lap, when you get to the top hill, you just go straight on to the finish. Lovely course through the woods, lots of trees to offer shade when it's sunny. A beautiful course. So just as you walk from the start finish back down the hill, this is the coffee shop. That's it, that's another park run done, and my last country in Europe apart from France, which obviously now seems to have cancelled possibly forever at the moment. Thank you for watching. Just going to turn around and you can see the TV tower and the sports stadium in the background. Thank you for watching. Yeah, please give me a like or subscribe. I just helps motivate me more when I get more subscribers. So we're going to go back into the centre. We've got another today, Sunday and Monday here as well. We're going to do a walking tour this afternoon, go around the old KGB offices and places like that this afternoon. So that's it. Thank you very much. That's a wrap.